What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Garland Quack here, and thank you all for joining me today. So in today's video, I've got a very special treat for us. I've finally got my hands on the highly acclaimed Fuji X100V camera. This camera was released earlier this year in February 2020, and now a few months later, I've finally got my hands on a unit to unbox and run through with you guys. So just a little background on this camera before we get started. The X100V is the 5th iteration in Fuji's line of X100 premium compact cameras. This camera supersedes the X100F, which was a highly regarded camera in its own right. It's a camera that I've heard a lot of great things about, and as a longtime Fuji shooter who has mostly used the XT series of cameras, I'm really excited to finally get my hands on this thing and give this new format a try. I think it'll be really just exciting to kind of change things up and have sort of a new style to shoot with. Thank you to Fuji for sending me this review unit to unbox for you guys and run through. Just thank you for supporting small creators such as myself. So without further ado, let's get into it. So right away we see this QR code for the manual, so you can get a digital version, and then also the Fujifilm camera remote app. So you can set that up by scanning these QR codes. Right now, first thing we got are the manuals, nice and thick. It's got, looks like an English and another language version, and some other documents and whatnot. Set that aside for now. Got the, now we'll unbox. Ooh, and there it is. Now, this is a review unit, so I think the wrapping would probably be a little bit nicer and newer, but this is fine. And there it is. Wow. So I've finally got one in my hands. The first thing you'll notice, or at least I notice, is how elegant and polished the design is. It's made from single pieces of aluminum, giving it a very clean look and feel. And it's finished with this like satin coating, so it is very, very smooth. The weight of this feels just right, in my opinion. It's not too heavy at all, pretty lightweight, but there's a bit of heft to it that, you know, lets you know it's there, it's substantial, it's solid, and it's just really well built. I like the edges, how they come together. It's just very polished, very well machined, I guess maybe you could say. Out of the box, just as it is, it's about 428 grams, and with a battery and SD card, it's about 478 grams, according to the specs. So it has a very sleek and slim profile, and very small footprint, which will make this a very discreet camera. So it'll be perfect for things like street photography, just walking around, being very discreet. Perhaps even traveling. The one trade-off I would say off initial reaction is that the grip is kind of small. So since it's keeping it very, very slim profile, the grip is pretty small. So for people with larger hands like myself, just something to get used to. Moving to the front of the camera, we've got the lens here covered by this lens cap. This lens cap just kind of pops right off. It kind of sits there from friction. There's no kind of clicking or locking mechanism. I would prefer if it kind of had a little bit more feedback, like tactile feedback as you put it on and off, but I think it gets the job done. There's a little soft felt lining inside, so it kind of protects it, keeps it from getting scratched. So here we have the new 23mm f2.0 lens, which is new and improved over the previous generation. It pairs with the 26 megapixel X-Trans CMOS 4 sensor. It's got this very nice aperture ring. It gives it a very nice tactile feedback and these little grips for your fingers. And then in front of it is a control ring. Also on the front, we've got a command dial, a function button, viewfinder selector, onboard flash, and of course the viewfinder window. Over on the left side of the camera, we just have a very simple focus mode selection, manual, continuous, and auto. Very nice and clicky. And then just a strap eyelet right here. And then on the other side, we've got another strap eyelet, and then a cover. And then the cover, which covers these terminals and ports. And you've got a headphone jack and remote USB Type-C and a micro HDMI. So over on the bottom, we just have this single battery door, which houses the battery. It's the same one as the XT3, and then it has a single SD card slot. So no dual SD card slot, it's just a single one. Then we have some 1/4" threads for mounting. So on top, we've got a few things going on. We've got this really nice logo and branding, really smooth. Feels nice. We've got the hot shoe cover and the hot shoe. We've got the ISO switch and shutter speed switch. And you swap between the two by just pulling it up and down like this. Very nice and clicky. The power switch, shutter button, exposure compensation, and then another function button. So that's the top. And now finally onto the back. So on this back panel, we have the rangefinder style viewfinder right here, the drive button, delete button, focus and exposure lock, another command dial, the joystick focus stick, a few menu buttons, play button, display button, back button, and a quick menu button, quick setting button. And of course, we have the LCD monitor, which is touchscreen and also tilts. You can see that it tilts at a 90-degree angle. It is very thin. It doesn't articulate fully, so it won't swing around to the front, but you can tilt it like this and like this. Get nice low level shots or hip level shots, and it sits really flush against the camera when you put it back in. Really nice overall. So that is the camera itself. All sides have been covered. So now we'll just take a look at the rest of the box and the accessories. Got a nice Fuji branded camera strap, shoulder strap, neck strap, whatever you want to call it. It's nice leather material. Got the battery. Got a battery. A few trinkets here. So these things allow you to attach the strap to the camera. And lastly, we've got this USB Type-C cable, which you use to charge this battery, because there is no charger in the packaging. I repeat, there is no charger in the packaging. So that's how you charge the battery. Let me know in the comments below if you already have this camera, what you think of it, if you plan to get it or not, and what you like about it. Woo! Can't wait to use this. All right, guys, so that's the X100V unboxing. This is everything you'll get in the packaging. And I think it's a great starting point for someone who's getting into photography. or if you just want like a really minimalist setup, you've got everything you need to get started. I'm going to be testing this camera out extensively over the next few weeks. I'm going to be using it for street photography, portraits, travel. I'm also going to do video tests with it and low light tests with it. So I'm really going to put it through its paces and see what it can do. And I'll be putting out a lot of videos, a lot of content around this video over the next few weeks. So be on the lookout for that. If you haven't already, please subscribe and turn on notifications for when I drop those videos. And if you like this video, please hit the like button. It'll really help me out. Again, I just want to say thank you to Fuji for sending me this camera to review. And yeah, can't wait to see what it can do. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'll see you guys in the next one.